About ginger beer.
Ginger creme.
Ginger
Ginger creme.
creme. I like it.
All right,
Ginger
Ginger
creme.
Creme. Joining us this morning is Danielle Stewart, founder of Frontline Flavors, and talking about ginger beer, punch creme, or ginger creme, and a lot more. Good morning, Danielle. Welcome to the Now Morning Show.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm blessed. How are you doing this morning?
I am great. I am great.
It's wonderful to have you with us on the show. Thanks so much for taking the time out this morning to talk about this. We have a lot of things to unpack this morning, but before we get into ginger beer punch creme, let's talk a little bit about Danielle and Frontline Flavors. Can you share with us what has brought you to now be the founder of this and so much more in the realm of food and hospitality?
Sure. So, Frontline Flavors was initially Dan's Delight, and it started in 2017. And I started the business by myself initially on the Fridays and weekends, right? And then it became a partnership with my partner and I, and we decided to rebrand and name it Frontline Flavors because we are basically located on the main road of Blackrock.
Okay.
Right now, I have been cooking from since grandmothers teaching, and it was something that I was always passionate about. So it started very small, expanded, and for that we are definitely grateful.
Wow, this is wonderful to hear. And I mean, you really have expanded since then. I know you've worked with Chef P. You've also been featured with the THTI Golf Classic as well. Did you see that this expansion would come when you first started this business?
Of course, I had a vision when I started. I mean, sometimes it happens so fast that you doubt yourself. But I think once you lay out a plan, once you have a vision, and you work towards your vision, you see it happen, the stages and the changes happen. So I saw the vision, I expected it, and I'm expecting greater things.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear, calling it into existence. So let's talk
Definitely.
about this conversation. I mean, since we started the show, we've been talking about ginger beer punch creme. What was the first thing that came to your mind when you decided, I mean, did you just decide, all right, let's mix ginger beer and punch creme and see what happens?
So I liked Ponche Creme. It was one of my favorite, that was, it's my favorite Christmas drink. And I learned it from my mother-in-law then, Annette Alfred. I'm not sure if you heard about her, but she's one of our cultural pioneers in Tobago.
Hmm.
And I liked it so much, and I said, I want to learn to do this. And I really can't remember how much years now, but I learned to do it and was obviously the original flavor of Ponche Creme.
Right.
And then starting THDI, you learn how to marry flavors, things that can pair well. And I was like, you know what? I need to do something different. We are going to have flavored puncha creme. And I came up with the idea because sorrel and ginger is something that is very relevant and used as the favorite drinks for Christmas. I said, let's do some flavored puncha creme, and ginger beer and sorrel came about for the puncha creme flavors.
And what was it like when you first tried it yourself, assuming that you've tried it yourself?
I did, and I was really, it was way past my expectation because I was thinking, I know I like it, yes, but I was worried. But I know in the past, like we traditionally in Tobago, there are times when we mix milk with Moby, or we mix milk with the same ginger beer, and there was a really smooth balance to it. But it was a really different flavor because when you add the spices and then you add the ginger, it went to a different level. So introducing it was persons were a bit skeptical, but when they tasted, because we did sample packages, and
Do
that
you
was it. That was it. Yeah, that was it.
do you also add the egg to your punch creme?
We do add the egg, but only to the original. The other
Okay.
flavors don't add the egg, so they are basically eggless. And then we had a lot of persons being, they kind of, um, they're not sure if they want to use the eggs and all the other things they heard about egg and punch creme. So I was like, you know what? Let me do it eggless, and that has been the most requested drink for the season for the past 3 years. Yeah.
For the past 3 years, that's fantastic to hear, which also means that you have been doing this throughout COVID-19 as well. So, a round of applause for
Yes.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, let's talk a bit more about this ginger beer punch creme and, of course, some of the others that you offer at Frontline Flavors. But specifically, you did mention that there's no eggs. And do we have some vegan options as well for people?
I initially wanted to do the vegan option, but I didn't do it this year. But it's something I'll be working on in the near future because persons came to me and I recently was able to find a source, but at the last minute to have the vegan sweeteners to the punch come. And then I also want to ensure that there's a consistency in the texture because it's a smooth but thick drink.
Right.
So these are things, as much as you want to do it vegan, I want to ensure that tests and trials are done at a sufficient time and it's at the flavor point that we want it to be at. Where
Okay.
it's just, okay, it's vegan and that's it.
Understood. So, Danielle, where can we pick up a bottle of the ginger beer punch creme? Definitely worth a try this Christmas.
Of course, you can pick it up at Black Rock, number 83, Black Rock Main Road at Frontline Flavors. That's right in the main road. It's an orange building, and you won't go wrong. It will complement your Christmas this year.
All right, fantastic. Well, Danielle, thank you so much for being with us this morning on the Now Morning Show. Wishing you and your Frontline Flavors family a wonderful Christmas and New Year.
Sure, thank you, and all the best for this season also. Have a good one.